the Wartales.
Hello and welcome everyone. Otto here with my Wartales early game guide to knowledge. I'm going to briefly go over what I spend my knowledge points on and why. I want to note that this is not a definitive step-by-step approach, but merely my humble suggestions. It's important to experiment and go with what you feel will give you the most benefit in your own campaigns. Alright, let's get into it. First off, we have run. This is really a no-brainer. This is probably one of the most important knowledge points you'll spend in the game. You can run for short periods of time, perfect to get away from pursuers. Not only does it allow you to get away from pursuers, but it also helps you cover more ground more quickly. Thus, you can get more done during each rest period or before each rest period comes up. So the more you get done each rest period, the more benefit you get via resources, experience, money coming in, all that sort of stuff. So this is a very important trait. After run, essentially I usually prioritize these three traits next. Frugality is nice. Each companion agrees to cut their wages for the greater good. Bonus paid to companions reduced by wages paid to companions reduced by 10%. So a very important, if you plan to have a large party, then reducing the wages is pivotal. So that's an important one. Rationing, again, same sort of concept. You're just trying to reduce what you're spending each rest period. So if you can reduce your food upkeep, this is a crucial knowledge point to spend. So your companions are now more sensible and ration their food. The troop eats 3 less food. And then endurance training, similar concept to run. I mean, obviously it doesn't help you. Well, your movement speed in the world is increased by 5%, so it'll help you just a little bit get away from pursuers. But essentially what you want is for this to help you cover more ground and just get more done during each rest period. The more you can get done each rest period, the wealthier you're going to be, because I mean this is essentially a game of survival. So very important to get this one unlocked. Usually my next go-to is career plans. This one is so nice, and you'll want to take full advantage of it through the campaign. It just gives you the option to customize your characters a lot more. You can level them up like exactly the way that you want. So career plans allows you to have enhanced control over your companion's evolution when they level up. Bonus, you can spend influence to add 1 level up to any aptitude when leveling up. So yeah, very important if you want to customize your characters to the max. So that one is really good. The next, usually go with either restoration or for the money. Feat makers, you could also go with feat makers here as well. Just having that additional valor point really comes in handy. Restoration, I would say you don't necessarily need this right away, not until you're starting to equip your troop with better armor, but essentially this repairs materials, and village blacksmiths restore 5 additional armor points. So in the long run, this is going to save you money because you'll end up using less raw materials to repair your gear. And then for the money, bonus crowns gained after a battle increased by 5%. So yeah, that 5% is going to add up over time. So you'll want to get this one at some point. And then the next one I usually go for is Artful Dodgers, and you know what, you can actually even go for this earlier as well. If you're doing a lot of stealing, this one is very important. Your companions are honing their criminal skills and learning to master the art of stealth. Bonus, the suspicion meter depletes 10% faster. So the faster that suspicion meter drops, the sooner you can start stealing more items. So this one is really, really valuable. So again, this is, my philosophy here is just what's going to make me money, what's going to save me money, what's going to, increase my war party's ability to, survive in the world longer with more resources. So that's essentially my thinking. Now, just a note on some of the ones that I haven't taken here. cannibalism, unless you're doing sort of a themed campaign, I wouldn't recommend this one. Bountiful bounties increase the number of missions you can accept in the list of bounties. This one I wouldn't say is necessary early game, but later game, as your troop becomes more powerful, you'll probably want to take this and just, you know, maximize the amount of bounties you can get done in one venture out into the world. Offer hunters increase by 1 the number of missions displayed on the list of bounties. If you're having trouble, you know, like, again, I feel like this one is not, you know, yeah, it's not a priority. You may want to get this at some point if you're, you know, in an area where, you know, the bounties aren't replenishing fast enough. But I feel like this one is not a huge deal. And then smooth talk, recruitment cost of companions reduced by 10%. Yeah, you know, recruitment's a one-time fee, so it's not going to save you heaps of money. There are also free companions that you can get in the game to add to your troop. So I don't necessarily think that this one is a huge deal, but you know, it's there if you want to go for it. And that bonus capacity increased by 10. This one I'm kind of on the fence with. You know, it would be nice to have an additional 10 carrying capacity. However, there are plenty of ways to increase your carrying capacity in the game, so I don't think it's again, I don't think it's a priority. I think the priority is in getting skills that are going to reduce your upkeep costs, whether that's the food upkeep, your raw material upkeep, your upkeep of the wages that you pay, and then other skills you want are skills that are going to allow you to increase your income, you know, such as run and endurance training, and then for the money as well. So that's those are the basic knowledge points. If we go into the workshop, yeah, you know what, saddlebags is one that I've been I keep putting off, but it's definitely one that I would like to get. But you know, I've got horseshoes on most of my my ponies, so that's what I've got. All right, well, cooking pot is, you know, the big one. I think here you want to get your cooking pot upgraded as quickly as possible. Reduces the troops' daily food consumption by 6 once you get it to this level, and then recipes granting bonuses have a 30% chance of being delicious. So this one is huge. The hitching post, another really important one. Ponies assigned to the hitching post gain 10 carrying capacity. Work ponies assigned to the hitching post gain 10 extra carrying capacity. Another really good one to get. The tent is nice, getting those extra valor points, but I'm finding that, I mean, you get 2 valor points, you know, automatically each turn, and then you get 1 valor point if you've got the strategy table built, and so that's 3 per turn. And I'm finding that, you know, I don't necessarily need my companions in the tent, that I kind of almost rather have them at the campfire gaining influence. As you can see, I've got heaps of influence there at the moment. But yeah, campfire, another good one. Assigned companion generates +1 happiness during each rest, generates an extra +1 during each rest if the companion is assigned, and improves happiness related bonuses, and you can burn wood to create coal. So this is definitely a valuable one to get. You want to work on that at some point, and then, you know, as soon as I can, I'll probably upgrade to the other campfire. The workshop, I'm not crazy about the upgraded workshop. Like, I've been finding that I don't really dismantle a lot of my, you know, occasionally I'll dismantle some goods, but it just doesn't seem, it seems more profitable to sell. Like, most of the items that I can dismantle, it's usually more profitable to sell them than it is to dismantle them. I mean, if you're really hard up for certain raw materials and you want to craft some specific armor, then sure, go ahead and get this done. But yeah, I don't know, I kind of regret upgrading the workshop right away, but it is what it is. All right, the anvil, this is the other really important one, is your armor sets. Well, armor sets and weapons. If you want to really gear your troop up, I mean, you'll be able to find plenty of gear in battle, but if you want to make sure that everyone has, you know, proper sets of armor and whatnot, this is a great way to do it. The one that usually you want to place priority on the armor sets first, just because it covers all of your classes. You get light, medium, and heavy armor, whereas the weapons are a little bit more specialized. So you want to probably focus on your armor sets first, and then decide which weapons you need the most, because some of your characters may have picked up weapons in battle, and they can make use of those. So you may not necessarily need a certain weapons unlocked. Yeah, for example, here I haven't the two-handed weapons I haven't unlocked here, because my my two-handed weapon companion had picked up a crazy weapon in battle, which is far beyond anything that any of my other guys have. But yeah, I went with these guys and the bows. I've got a couple of archers in my troop, but yeah, I've got the ghost plate unlocked. And then food, I want to get grilled pork, because I'm running into boars all the time, and it would be nice to have the grilled pork, because it just gives you a little bit of additional food. So I've been meaning to unlock that, but it just hasn't haven't had the chance to do it yet. And then I've got a couple other recipes here that I've unlocked: mutton stew and cabbage perch. By the cabbage perch is a little bit annoying, because it uses that extra salt. I'm finding that I can't find enough salt to make all the food that I want to make. But the mutton stew is really good, and I forget where you get it. You get the recipe from somewhere. I'm trying to remember where it is, but yeah, in any case, if you get access to the mutton stew, nice one to grab. It just gives you a little bit of additional food to for your troop. And yeah, as you can tell, I've got like lots of hungry mouths to feed. Apothecary, I haven't really put a priority on this at early game. I have a feeling that this is going to come into play huge in the mid to later game, but I'm still in the early game here, so just basically focusing on the medicine, and haven't really needed to do this. And then the runes and codices, this again will come into play a little bit later on. We'll cover the compendium in a future video, go over some of the skills that I kind of prioritize in that. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I've got for you guys today. I hope this was at least a little bit helpful and gives you a little bit of an idea of what my rationale is behind choosing the knowledge points, because you know what, they're limited. You know, as the game progresses, it takes longer and longer to gain new knowledge points, so you want to be really judicious with how you choose those points. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a great day, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.